Howdy folks, it is Diecastbuffet here again. Welcome back to another NASCAR Diecast review. And today we have, well, no, this is not Austin Cindric. No, it's not Brad Keselowski. It is a Ryan Blaney discount tire playoff Ford Mustang. Now, they did make the normal primary version of this paint scheme, I think, for 2023. But for 2022, only the playoff edition. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. Alrighty, folks, right out of the good old box. Of course, pick this one up from our friends over there at Circle B Diecast. You can too, and you can save on shipping, guys. Feel free to check out that promo code down below. Use code Diecastbuffet, same as the YouTube username somewhere down here. If you haven't subscribed, guys, you know what to do. We're all one big family over here in the Diecast community, and helps out the channel and allows me to be able to do videos like this and to show you really cool details like this, what I just found on this Ryan Blaney car. Check this out. So you see those little window bars right there? For whatever reason, they actually go above the window banner. Now, I don't know if that's accurate or not, but I have seen a time or two where you'll see some unique window bar designs. I don't know if they're like holdovers from the 124 edition of the car and they accidentally get put into the 164 scale render. Whatever makes the car more authentic and more realistic. That's what I'm always for, especially with raced win ones. If it was up to me, raced win 164s would always have the windows decaled because I know they can do it. And the best example of this, the best example, is if you go back to 2007 and look at the raced win 164s for the COTs, they even had the decal technology to put confetti on the COT wing. If you've ever held a COT diecast, you see how just like, I don't even know how to describe it. How much like room there is to actually put decals on it and how hard it is to wrap it around there and just to get it to lay down. There's curvatures and sharp edges. They actually took the time to do that, guys. So that just tells me that they can do it. Unfortunately, they don't. But for whatever reason, this paint scheme looks so much better with the number 12. I don't know why. I feel like I'm looking at a completely different paint scheme. Like, when I look at, you know, Austin Cindric's with just the number 2, I feel like it's missing something. But when I'm looking at it with the 12, it just feels more polished. Maybe they have, like, a thicker line at the bottom, or maybe there's more logos, but something just looks super different with this paint scheme, and I'm digging it, guys. So you got Tires.com, discount tire, Pennzoil Ford. Got your headlights, got the number 12, Sunoco. I like this little subtle detail at the bottom grill. You can see those little, almost looks like a what do you call it, an air filter, if you will. But it's not an air filter, but it has those very small lines right here where my thumb is. Very good detail. Now, the one thing that bugs me so much about a lot of these next-gen 164s, you know, because that's the point of a review. We're supposed to find things that bug us, is the wheel color. If you look at these cars, specifically the Penske ones, they usually have kind of a chrome, kind of an aluminum IndyCar style wheel color to them, like this. This is the end of my X-Acto tool. But you can just see how it has this kind of like aluminum, kind of chrome feel to it. That is essentially what you would see on the wheel spokes. And you could prove this by looking at the 124s. Like if you take the Austin Cindric discount tire car, the wheels, like the actual spokes, not behind it, just the front fascia of it, will have that kind of soft aluminum chrome look to it, but the background would be black. Well, if you look at this, it looks like concrete. It's a very, very, very finite kind of metallic texture to it, but my point is it's just not accurate to the real car. I've custom painted these wheels before. Let me tell you, they're extremely tough to do, but it is possible. And I've custom painted them to match kind of how the 124s are, where you don't paint the background of it, just the top of it. And let me tell you, it makes a mile of a difference. If you ever have a few next-gen cars you really don't mind screwing around with, I recommend trying it. I got Goodyear there, NASCAR Cup Series, round of 12, in the round of 12. Discount tire, Worth. Got your gas tank. I believe this ran at the Roval, so that's interesting. Got Wabash, Menards. Almost said Menards. What? Dex Imaging, Advanced Auto Parts, Ryan Blaney, Get your one race win sticker from the All-Star race, which technically doesn't count. Oh, by the way, the roof number's screwed up, so that's cool. Ford, PPG, Mazak, Denton Wizard, discount tire once again. Go to the back end of the car. For whatever reason, the banners look a little bit brighter than the spoiler. Like, the spoiler looks like, at least off camera, it looks like a faded taxi cab. But the Goodyear lettering yellow and the front windshield banner is a lot brighter. So that might just be the camera making it look good. But to the naked eye, it's certainly two different shades of yellow. And they should be the same shade because they're both decals. If it's like paint versus decal, I can understand that. No, it's not the case. These are both decals, so they have the same paint code. It's like, you know, whenever you're playing around on Microsoft Paint and you click on a color and it has like 0006 whatever 52184, that's the hex code for the color. They can match that while they're editing their template. So that's something they can fix, but unfortunately they don't. Let's get you taken care of. Ford, number 12, discount tire. Go to the right side of the diecast, but I feel like the number 12, at least with this design of the livery, it just takes up more space, and I like that. I like that a lot. I like how the discount tire logo takes up a nice majority of the side panel. Again, if you're going to move the numbers up, which I still believe they should be in the middle, that's just my honest opinion, at least take up the side panel. Don't do what they do with the ugly Ream car that Christopher Bell drives, where they put a stop sign that says Ream, and they leave this entire area like blank half the time. It looks so stupid. And then you look at the Kevin Harvick Ream car, and they actually use the whole side panel. I just don't understand it. Back to the roof decal. This thing is like, it had too much B-dubs or something. This thing's bloated. I mean, he about to go Johnny on the spot. I mean, it's knocking on Ryan Blaney's door. Get snap on there. That thing's even about to snap off. It's a little bit sideways. Got Blaney, and then the whole back end of the car got backed into the wall, pun intended. Look at the trunk. That is bad. I mean, to put this in perspective, this is a Chevrolet Camaro, so it's apples to oranges, but you get a gist of how the actual trunk lines are supposed to be. Usually when they do a two-tone design, they have, you know, a hood, the roof, and the trunk, it's usually symmetrical. That, I can almost assure you, was not supposed to be like that, so that's great. So we got some quality issues. Par for the course. What the fudge is this on the door? Okay, it came off. I was about to be like, are you kidding me? Another paint chip. But yeah, honestly, what I would love to see someone do with this diecast is change it out and take the playoff stuff off of it, right? Because you could turn this into a normal 2022 car. I can actually remove these logos right here. I can remove the playoff logos. I can take those off. And I would also like to see someone take these wheels off, put black wheels on, and then hand paint them with the kind of the chrome aluminum, and just do the outside of the BBS wheels, not the inside of it. You would be surprised how quickly a diecast can change in the look. I mean, it just... I love details, and one of my favorite details is rim paint. It's like when you see the 2311 cars. If you look at the wheels for the plastic, it's like semi-gloss, if you will. Like, it has enough texture to look kind of rough, but at the same time it has plenty of gloss to smooth, you know, to look smooth as it rolls around. However, if you look at the 2311 cars, the wheels are actually really glossy, like the actual rim. So if you wanted to make your 2311 cars look like super accurate, you would have to paint the actual rim itself a different color. So that would be super glossy. And then the actual plastic tire, which sounds funny, plastic tire, but that would be kind of a semi-gloss. I've done that on a few builds before, and let me tell you, it makes a huge difference when you actually paint the black rim itself. It just adds more detail. I love detail. I love customizing. I love just adding personality and character to the diecasts. There's a lot of people who don't like touching their cars. They're like, oh, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. I've seen people who drill out some of the rarest diecasts in the world, and they'll interior swap them with the Elite. chassis or something, and I'm like, are you're a genius or you're crazy, because I would not take a chance. I would be the guy that is like, oh, I'm gonna make this normal Red Bull car from 2010 into an elite 2010 Red Bull car, and then the drill bit would slip and go through the back window and scrape the whole roof, and it'd be just $100 die cast would be $10 type of thing. So to those who, I know a few cats have done that, and they interior swap them and they change them over. Wow, that takes a lot of cojones. Because if you screw up once, you just ruined one of the rarest cars out there. But yeah, I like this car so much more than the Austin Cindric one. I don't know what the difference is besides the door number, but it just looks better. I don't know why. Is it the black on the bottom thicker? I don't know, but it just looks better. Thank y'all so much for watching, guys. Hope you're having a blessed day out there, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hope to see you in the next video. More diecast reviews, hopefully coming up soon. Diecast Buffet. Signing off.